all decided before the curtain rises. How does it feel to be in flight? What fate so certain? How can it change your thing if you lie? Has it reached you into stone? Your last fleeting into progress by another. Can you make it your own?
What you gon' do? What you gon' do? Your life block written by someone but you. What you gon' do? What you gon' do? Just stand up and fight you.
You are looking without seeing. It's not like you were blind, but something had a fleeing from what you could find, just hiding inside. You're ready, always free. Now you're looking and you're seeing your every choice is fine. Not following the freedom from the storyline. It's your sort of making. The road is taken could be where you're meant to be. Come join me. I know a path out of this maze, so we can be who we are unto ourselves. Show us stumble, and we might fall too. But still get up and wipe the dust off. It's my turn to start us change. This new encounter with the on the new path when new life's intersect.
What you gon' do? What you gon' do? Would you be brave enough? Stand up, break the rules. What you gon' do? What you gon' do? Would you join me and fight
You
you?
are moving without patience, unhidden poverty. I pray to find your mission. Got the strings we move and suddenly we prove you're ready, always free. Now your eyes are escape precision. Your every choice is fine and no more indecision. What's your storyline? It's just for the making. The road is taken could be where you're meant to be.
We gotta take the ride and multiply the path that friends we gon' multiply. What was given, but I've been too shitty in my mind. And the road this path was constructed by us. I can't guarantee anything, but I know that it won't be tedious. More serious, I say take a breather and chill, enjoy the
We got
ride.
up and wiped the dust off. Our courage set us free, yeah. And now our lives have met in time. Our lives intertwined. We were moving without vision, some hidden poverty. I prayed by the mission. Felt the strings we move and suddenly we prove
Hello, everyone, and welcome on in. It's that time again. Time for even more NieR Replicants. Hope everyone's doing well today. Let's see here. Okay. Of course, last time we managed to defeat the Shadow Lord, and we saved Yona, and the game teased us after that, saying, now Branch B is unlocked, and you can see Kaine's story. So, we'll see what's different about that, shall we? Of course,
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something
the
from
game
my
is
past.
kind enough that we don't
Maybe
start all the
my
way back
mind
at
has
the
been
big prologue.
confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway.
Of course, so far this is all the same as Branch A, but it'll very quickly change a little bit. Kaine's dreams, discrimination. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly towards the wooden, hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vein, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on. The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vein slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly towards the east. East? Really? Before the vein could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yoo-hoo, Kaine! The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all of the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated, and if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong. Be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt... Oh, look, the little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seems to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even though weather hates me, I'm useless, a failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upwards. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. So, hey, Demo Disc, how you doing? Show me. No. Did you just say no? Demo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention from Kaine, he called out to his cohorts, Come on, guys, let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning as Kaine curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home. Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was wrapped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. If any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ow! He screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it! What are you doing? Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. That thing could have killed me. The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaine, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out! Leave this village. No one wants you here. Either of you. Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Ha! Look at the fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting at the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kaine, she said, why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandmother stung Kaine, and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. Hey, Dark Naturalin. Hope you're doing well today. As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, that grants no mercy to any that attempt the crossing. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? Better than yesterday, at least. Well, that's good. Glad to hear that. The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence. Their first few years together had not been easy, but with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. There was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all of these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not. Don't be an ass. Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't... Hush, interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter, and I love you, and if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable. The beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one. And yet her grandma had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? I did not get a notification. Oh no, Proto. Well, come on in. So far you've just missed reading. We're learning about Kaine as a young child, getting beaten up by the town bullies and getting saved by her very angry but very, very protective grandmother. Just stumbled on him when I was out doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect the search had been much more difficult than she was letting on. The pain she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Grandmother smiled. We're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. As long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. She turned and headed for home. The lights scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Kaine's dreams, daily life. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sound of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. Firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kane's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma, called Kane. Hey, Yoshi. That you, Kane? yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Poor axe. Hey, homely. Don't get too close, or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kane close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she'd scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, Grandma, do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something. The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment and then smiled. Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job at chopping, why don't you come over here and take over so I can get the water? Shades have been restless lately. I don't want you running into one of them bastards. Hey, lazy. Hope you're doing well today. Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up her long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the most difficult of the two jobs, but Kane knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kane did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kane knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Somehow managed to get a loose copy of The World Ends With You. Ooh, hell yeah. I'm glad to hear that. That game is so much fun. I absolutely love it. The DS version, I'm guessing, since you didn't say it was the remix or whatever. Here with some folks in the VC. Heck yeah. That sounds fun. Once Kane moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Kane enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her granddaughter was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. Oh, hey, Arusian. Nice seeing you here again. Hope you're doing well today, too. After watching her grandmother leave, Kane turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. I'll be the Rodechi. I'm doing pretty good. Just vibing with some NieR. Sent you a pic of the game in my old DSi? Hell yeah. Can't wait to see it. Yeah. Frustrated, Kane swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it, crap! She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with the blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough. My logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kane redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you... Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Also, hydrate posture check. You got it. Eyes wide, Kane dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill. Kane steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kaine didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kaine away. Stop that, just stop, she cried, breathing heavily. It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all. Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending, sooner than either of them had feared. The positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick, and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kaine gently pushed her down. It's all right, she said. I'll be fine. Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit. I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund, older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence. Hey, lady, said Kaine with the bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me, they seemed to say. But Kaine saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary. The new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my god. What are you doing here, freak? Insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Ha! Barked Demo. That old bitch finally kill over? Go to hell, Demo. The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head, but before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told them to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic, but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely, in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall behind the counter rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, and they seemed to stare through her and hinted nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Kane didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kane and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Kane took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Kali, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandmother's name is Kali? Thought Kane suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said as Kane scooted away yet again, and I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Kane murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her head was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless. With enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kane returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kane to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but she found the old woman's hands clasped around her arm. Back already, are you? Asked her grandmother with a yawn. Come here, let me have a look at you. Grandma sat up and examined Kane from head to toe, finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild. She leaned back and allowed herself to relax. Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble? It was kind of fun, said Kane with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. Fun, eh? Asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. Uh-huh. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know. As she spoke, Kane removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. Portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone. But Grandma, it'll make you live forever. Horseshit, said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help with dinner. But Kane would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Kane took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kane finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, you know. Oh, thank you for the congratulations. Yeah. I thought these crayons would, you know, make drawing easy or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face, it could have been a boulder, or a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. I have no idea how long I was waiting to use that, just sitting on the redeem button. That's understandable. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. Oh, Kane, she said between laughter. You truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. But, hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always. True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kane would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent and mocking laughter. Listening to you while I finish up. Oh. Mwah. Love you, sweet bean. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more and asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. "Posh," said the old woman. "I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud." She pondered this for a bit and then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. "Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness." It was a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory. A perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories move in and out of a life like ghosts passing through a hall. This moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Kaine's dreams, separation. I forgot they just load you up on all of the lore at the start. Yeah. I knew there was one. I thought there was maybe two. This game does not have enough game. Oh, well, you know. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. "Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug." The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. "It's no bug, you fool girl. It's a berry." "Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs?" "Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug," said Kaine. "I think it's burnt or something, because it smells terrible." With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. "Oh yeah, that's terrible, all right." "Why, you little brat," laughed the old woman. "Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact." 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kaine lacing up her work boots with the breakfast of burned berry rolling through her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "Well, I was going to check out the kelma trees and see if they were right. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow." "Flagstones? What in the hell for?" Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection." The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. "God damn, girl, if a bunch of thieves wanted to ransack this old place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway." "I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday." The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. "Well, shoot, I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other." "Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that." A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment, she was a small child lost at a carnival. "Yes," she said after a bit. "Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately, it seems my mind is..." She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. "You're gonna be a true woman soon," Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. "That means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, and more talk about how beautiful you've become." Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. "You're a beautiful thing," said the old woman. There ain't another like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you. Also, yup, Proto, pretty much. Yeah. Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day. Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from? Gee, I wonder. I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma. Suddenly she lurched forward and grabbed Kane by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. Grandma, yelled Kane in a quaking voice. Grandma, stop it, what the hell? The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just... Kane thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. Listen, she began. Maybe I should stay home after all. No, I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go get your fruit and your wall and whatnot, I'll be fine. When you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Kane rolled her eyes and then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kane could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around. Don't turn around, she told herself. But in the end, the temptation was too great. You know, I was just joking. I did not mean Granny actually had dementia. Indeed. I love Granny. Honestly, I do too, Ardent Blazes. Granny Collie was... I mean, she's a spitfire. She kind of reminds me of my Nana. Also, hello! Yes, welcome on in. When's the ending where we get to play as Granny? Oh, God, I wish. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut, a sad expression on her face. God, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kane worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she found only a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kane pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. She crested the final hill. She suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kane suddenly felt her stomach knot in on itself. No, oh gods, no! Grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma! Grandma! Kane ran then, faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kane's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark, not just fire. Too much smoke, gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt, her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large, armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random, chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kane, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. Then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kane responded with a scream of her own. All right, you bastard, she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. It's you or me, let's go. The shade eyed Kane with bemused interest, and it began looking from her to the house and back again as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kane glanced toward the house. Through the smoke and flame, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. Grandma! At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. She's alive, thought Kane. Alive! Kane's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard towards the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air, before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes. She tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up! Get up! Get up, get up, get up, now! As Kaine struggled to her feet, Shade stomped towards the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach. She might as well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet only to fall back to earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire, one or both of them was surely broken. Ignoring the pain that streamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. Grandma, hold on, just a little longer. Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. Bastard. Laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion. There could be no doubt the Shade was taking joy in their suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. The Shade moved its claws slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. I'm gonna kill this bastard. Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward. She forced it from her mind and began to hobble towards the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch at her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. Give her back! She screamed. Give her back to me! It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The Shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air towards the young girl that was latched to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. Kaine? Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hand reaching out to her through the smoke. Grandma? Kaine, you gotta run. You can't miss this one. Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. Grandma, come on, we have to go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no! I said, run, goddammit. You have to live. You have to get through. The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the Shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible, putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. The creature finally lifted its appendage. All that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after the other, faster and faster, until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed then, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The Shade eased forwards, black ichor pouring from his mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept toward his prey. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent in impossible angles, her head lolled dangerously to the side. Yet somehow, she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Anais seized the moment. Laughing like a madwoman, she leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? I think it is. I think I'm bleeding to death. No. Can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kane's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke, the flames. All of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation, repeated over and over again. Kill it! 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 Yeah, no, I'm not doing that many times. Come on. Kill it now! As the spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. Oh, thank God. 45 heckin' minutes of reading.
The beast approaches.
Oh, I know.
So yes, we get to fight all of the bosses in Act 2 again. However, there are twists.
What anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today.
My sword, it's lighter. It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
So, once again, we choke out this boss, and that's that. Hands remind me of the opening doors animation from Darksiders 2. Yeah, I can see it. Oh, you didn't think it was all over, did you? Gently, weakly, softly, the shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off towards the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shamed beyond imagining, Kaine tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home, noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yep, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Ha! Cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are you? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought at the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. I want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, and then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kane and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kane opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop! No! Don't hurt that picture! Kane reached out with her remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture and to the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kane turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. Hydrate that throat from all this reading. Oh, God, yes. Yeah, they kind of front load a lot of the reading. Like, you basically get this, and then I think you get a little bit at the Airy, of course, because that's where Kane grew up. And then I think you might get some at the end. But, yeah. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. Ha-cha-cha-cha. I look like that? Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kane laid her head back in the mud and smoke out of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kane wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish? Like a prayer or something? Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me, save me. Kane finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes, they don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. I should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Oh God, you are the best. Kane glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet and began moving upward towards the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upwards, feeling the hot, searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. Come on, said the voice. Let it go. Kane tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die. So why not let me have it? Have what? Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood, just like before. In response, Kane shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. Are you a shade? Yeah, maybe. What of it? The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kane was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small whispered moan. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now give me that body. Come on, give me the body, and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. A black lump began to protrude from Kane's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. I must be growing back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. Stop. Black Ooze hesitated, as if considering this request, then quickly shimmered it down her body before disappearing into a cloud of smoke. Ah, what the hell, Sunshine? Screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. But Grandma said, can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Kane glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern of the shades, burn itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are gonna be good friends now. Kane stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop. Gotta stop. Putting her left arm in her right, Kane took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. Hate's my favorite dish and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood, then go out there and shut up. Shut up and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's rich, Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the area would love to see you dead. Kane grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kane screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air. Stupid idiot girl, you're possessed now, Sunshine. There ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a long, loud wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kane. Yeah, possessed. You and me, we got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Kane looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? I got here just in time for reading. So fun fact, mistaken, I've only been playing the game for like 5 minutes. The rest of it has just been reading. So I'd say I've probably been reading like 50 minutes at this point. So, listen, purred the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine. Now that power belongs to you. Missed 50 minutes of reading? Indeed. You got enemies, people you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you, that big old shade that squashed your granny, we'll wrap them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Wait, said Kane. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What, you think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a good goddamn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kane considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. Smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You and me, we could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kane. I'll handle the killing. Screamed the voice. Look at you go. Oh, Sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Tyrion, and if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour. And I like rotten and sour. Kaine found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade. I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. When I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyrion. Count on it. Ha! Laughed Tyrion. I've shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body. But if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I'm not a shade. I'm Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was a wreath of lunar tears. Who had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were as bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. This time, I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flower to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn and the people of the area rose to their daily lives, she remained in that position, as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world.
Alive! Stay alive! Stay alive!
Grandma.
Kaine, you gotta live! You gotta come back to us!
Oh, hey. Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
What is with the outfits in this game? Well, you know.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
Well, on the bright side, now we know why Kaine's left arm is bandaged and her leg as well, I guess.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all. Are you kidding me? You can't be serious!
Please, try to understand. People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and you know it!
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village. And now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
I didn't get much sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola. But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
Speaking of which,
I should apologize to Kaine and Emil, but what good would that even do?
I got a fire going.
Wait, is that...
Campfires are weird.
campfires are weird,
I'm
Emil.
so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Oh, that's cute.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing. My body is... different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak.
So, they don't really go much into depths about this, but, canonically, Kaine is intersex. And so that's what she means by her body being different.
But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was, no matter how bad things got. She gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body.
Oh, neat. Intersex really needs more rep in media. It really does. I mean, yeah, it's not the most common thing, like, outside of media, but, you know, any representation, honestly, would be nice.
I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, can we just forget I told you about that?
Kaine and Emil are cute together. NieR brought a chick home with him. It makes little chirps and follows me around, and it's just the cutest thing ever.
Sleep well?
IMO, intersexuality doesn't get enough rep. Everyone should know about it because if someone doesn't have it, at least they know not to call people who are freaks. Exactly.
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
So I'm gonna say real quick. Then we'll check out this new thing here in NieR's house. How have you been today? I've been pretty good. I can't complain.
What might that be?
It's Mom's diary.
I have not heard you speak much about your mother.
Like the amount of people I've heard stories of that are intersex but never knew what it meant because it's not taught in schools or the doctors caught it wrong so the parents ignored it or just icky. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's really terrible what they have to go through just to get even just a normal amount of acceptance.
She got the black scrawl and died when I was little.
My apologies for bringing it up.
It's all right. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here, take a look.
So originally,
Say there.
this was DLC for the base game back on, you know, the PS3 and the 360.
Can you not hear me?
So
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny?
Sorry. Like I was...
auto mod, really? Yeah.
dreaming or something.
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now, there's the door.
Right. Let's go.
Bringing intersexuality to the public eye would also help to further the LGBT community because it totally proves they're there. Yeah, exactly. So, yes, this was Daddy NieR, or Father NieR, or however you want to call him. Basically the protagonist of the American version of NieR. And you get to play as him in the DLC here. Of course, you know, in the American version of the original game, you played as the brother. So it is basically just a way for you to be able to play as the other protagonist, which is kind of neat. I'm very confused by his facial covering, but you know, whatever. Shoulder pauldron looks very inconvenient. Exactly. Oh, is this Daddy NieR? Yes, it is. I figured I'd check out the world of Recycled Vessel. So yes, this area kind of reuses a lot of the maps from the game, but it also applies these weird filters to everything, which is kind of trippy in a way. And it also has just different music, which is kind of neat. Kind of remixes of existing songs. It also uses the piercing spear as a slashing weapon. Look, you can't expect much. I mean, to its credit, it does have a little bit of a bladed edge too, but yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely more for stabbing. So for better or worse, this area is a decent spot to grind and get some of the rarer materials, get some money and experience. very metalcore. It's just what I needed. It's like, on one hand, this effect is really ugly, but I love how stylish it is. I would absolutely hate to play a whole game with this filter, but you know. Yeah, but the crossguard would really mess up your momentum conservation. Yeah, that's very true. I think they only just wanted to make one set of spear animations and didn't account for the crossguard. Although it is fun to dunk on it anyway. I think this is what people would consider a piss filter. I mean, it does remind me of the modern Deus Ex games where they, you know, have the yellowy orange piss filter on everything. Here we have the blue raspberry jam filter. So of course the in-between scenes kind of talk about, you know, the black chlorination syndrome, which was the name for the disease that basically turned people into pillars of salt. Legion, which was kind of a group of mercenaries that, you know, one of the other side effects of the disease was it became berserk. So Legion was, you know, the evil group. It was incredibly hostile and just, yeah, I don't know. NieR lore is something. I think you have to, like, play the mode of the game to feel the whole story there. Ooh, new sword. Okay, we take those. That loading screen tip talked about Dragon's corpse and how it led to both magic and man's downfall. Talking about Angelus's corpse on top of Tokyo Tower after Drakengard, which basically got studied and researched for magic. I also definitely love the attack animations, even for over-exaggerated, it's pretty flashy and media appealing visual. Like, they were toned down to easily, effectively be done IRL. Yeah, I mean, they definitely did a good job of it. Love it. So sad I need a stylist. Yes, unfortunately. Shut up, my fencing nerd is showing. Oh my god, I've honestly really wanted to get into fencing my entire life, but there's just nowhere in the middle of, like, Tennessee to do it. Yeah, Lazy, you're gonna have a fun time with it since the game expects you to both use the touchscreen and like buttons too during combat. It takes a lot of getting used to, but I love it. Super fun. I don't do it much myself because you've heard studying various combat styles in history and replicating them is fun. Nice. Also, hey, Gamner. Hope you're doing well today. Forgot about your auto shoutouts. Rodichi, help? How? How can I help? What was my high school address? Oh, fuck if I know. I don't even... You never even told me what high school you went to, so... I don't think. Unless we drove past it one time. Let's see. Is it... Auto battle? No. Is it 100 game? Maybe it's on the main menu. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm exactly the same way, Proto, honestly. I don't remember. Where did I go for the learning? Oh. I like how I stabbed this enemy and it's like, by the way, you can't use weapons here. Who am I? The thing with me, Proto, is like, I don't know, I feel bad talking about myself as far as that goes, but B, I'm just not a very confident person most of the time. Like, if you ask me what 2 + 2 is, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's 4, easy. But if someone's like, are you sure? I'll instantly doubt myself. Spout, darling, love of my life, why are you shouting me out on my own channel? Also, hey, MC. Finally, playing Toho. I watched that Rodichi person yesterday, pretty cool stream. Can we get a 5 bajillion year ban on Axis for talking about other streamers' streams? Also, no, someone lied to you, Lazy. I'm sorry. They're just mid. I'll just talk about myself. I'm super passionate about my hobbies and love to talk about them so much that people get annoyed with me. Aww. It sounds like you're lying. Hey. You didn't have to do that. First you give me a sub to Ika, now you give Lazy a gift sub. Either way, thank you.
It seems we have been shut in.
I don't have to do a lot of things, but I do it anyway. I mean, I guess I can argue with that logic, but... That door's closed still.
seems we have been shut in.
I love how this game just turns into a bullet hell sometimes. Right, meeting you in the hall, let's say. That's cute. Can't believe you would ban me on your birthday. Axis, it's not really your birthday, is it? Gaming, airsoft, paintball, fencing, boxing, something like that. Nice! Replicant Guard is getting techno these days. It really honestly is. Some of these remixes are flops.
It seems we have been shut in.
It may or may not be. Oh, well, happy may or may not be birthday. Do it again. Thank you for the lizard dance, AMC. Oh my god, I was watching this stream in a Voltex rhythm game stream. I thought the loud techno music was coming from that one. Nope. For some reason, for this DLC, they decided, you know what, let's just do techno remixes of the songs from the game. Jam. Yeah, I'm certainly not complaining. Awesome parts and drum. I was a percussionist in concert band for a lot of years, and I played. I mean, it was pretty cringe, but I did play a lot of rock bands back in the day. Typically going drums, but you know. I don't have time for anything. Honestly, I feel bad. I am pretty boring. I do a lot of like video games. I used to read a bit more, but I've kind of gotten lazy about it. Oh, and streaming. Can't forget streaming, I guess. Yeah, Queenie, I'm gonna shit. For what it's worth, Queenie, the other day I tried to buy some bits and like it wouldn't go through. And then like the very next day I got a call from my bank. It was like, hey, we need you to confirm some charges. Because they literally just decided, no, we're not gonna let you buy bits today. Like, I have money and everything, like, they just straight up would not let me. Very baffling. So basically, banks are wild. heart. Ooh. That was powerful. Thank you for gifting us up to Gamma. Everyone's too nice today. Unforgivable. 10,000 years ban for too much kindness. Is am I gonna have a fight?
Professor Helper here.
Professor
Ready
Helper,
to
no.
help.
I got it. They just have too much health.
Well, bye then.
Hatred, poor hatred in their heart. Are you the shade that's possessing Kaine? Yes, enjoy the emotes that are mostly done by Captain Ikarusa and the ad-free viewing. Nexus? Gosh heck. Also, hooray, we're a rail shooter now. Yeah, thank you, Axis, for giving us some photo. Good beans. I wish this was like 10% faster. Maybe 20. I'm moderately confused by the structure of this game, but it was the same for Dragon Guard, so I'm not confused. Or I'm not surprised. Well, to be fair, this was a DLC, so I guess I can't blame them for throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing if it sticks, but it is definitely very unusual. Considering I've only been streaming like not even an hour and a half technically of the game, and it's been reading and then this. Oh, there he is. Water way to go. Oh, Greenie, this is Sans. I'll have you know. Went from only 1 or 2 subs to the entire channel being subbed. I know, right? Absolutely crazy. This music is bumping. Yeah, it's the remix of Emil's theme. Our little adorable skeleton boy. Love tech now. Honestly, can't blame you. Okay, any day now. I get you're giving me a time to let my MP regenerate, but and vaguely EDM was an instant bot for me. I feel that. Yeah, we do not play the Honkai Star Rail here, Gabner. Words. I'll play the honk shoe. Unforgivable. Okay, we've made it a whole lap now. Please, let me off. I want to be off Mr. Bones' wild ride. Ah, the samurai outfit. So there is a third door here. And I think that may be the last one. However, it's also really hard, and we're kind of under-leveled for it. So, yeah, we'll come back for it.
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
Trippy. Interesting doors really opens up. Exactly. Interesting. I believe we may have to return to the title screen real quick. Press A button. You got it. Options. Wardrobe. So yeah, we have unlocked. Well, for one, since we have the DLC, we have the NieR Automata outfits. But we'll just go ahead and try out this first costume that we've unlocked, which is the Kabuki outfit. Also, we can just change the magic orbs that enemies shoot into Emil heads. That's terrifying, so I'm not going to do it. Vice is a book. What's on the pages? Good question. So yeah, Kabuki outfit. I kind of don't like the red hair, but you know. Giant egg, that's nice, that's nice. We need a bunch of those.
Hey.
Oh, hi. I kinda thought you'd never talk to us again.
I understand you're doing this for the village, and that you don't have a choice.
Pretty much, yeah. But look, why don't you go talk to Popola? I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you.
I'm headed there next. Oh, and Devila?
Yeah?
Sorry about yesterday. I shouldn't have lost my temper like that.
You don't need to apologize. Anyone would be upset when their friends are hurting. Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright?
Alright.
Kitty has come for snuggles. Ooh, nice. Hopefully there's a sequence where Vice opens up to you and it's a 7-hour rating sequence. Now, it has been a while since I've played through this, but I'm 99% certain that is not the case. The closest we get is, like, right near the end of the game there, where we have to fight Devila and Popola, and they just dump in a bunch of these documents. Where, I guess they don't carry over to New Game Plus, but, you know.
Popola?
Oh. Hello.
Look, I want to apologize for
Stop. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but neither did you. You're just trying to protect the villagers. and I'd jump down your throat for it.
It's very kind of you to say so. Regardless, please don't let it trouble you.
You open up Vice's cover and it's just the Fitnessgram pacer test copy paste meme. Exactly.
I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us.
Oh, right. Yes, about that. You know about the lost shrine, right?
The temple where I was first discovered.
That's it. Well, it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow.
Oh, it was right under our pages the whole time.
But the bridge that leads there is unusable.
So take a boat.
A boat?
Yes. The canal's finally been repaired. It took a lot longer than expected. What with the shades and all. I also asked them to provide a boat at the path to the Lost Shrine's back entrance. The ferryman will let you use it free of charge. That should make it easier for you to move from town to town.
Spells that Vice has been casting this whole time is just expelling the souls of everyone who died doing the test. Yeah, that sounds
Thanks,
about right.
Coppola. I feel like you've done so much for me. I'm really grateful. All right, I'll see you around.
And for the love of everything, be careful.
The path above the entrance to the
Yeah, we know how to get there.
How excellent to know the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
The faster we can move, the faster we can save Yona. Let's use it as often as we need.
The village fountain is... That's my...
No, I believe I might make this quest this time around. So yeah, when you start a new playthrough, of course, all of the side quests that you've already done stay completed, but all of the ones you picked up but didn't finish,
Hey!
That red bag.
Hey.
basically
Sure
they get
have.
reset.
Apparently I did a
Oh yeah.
Thanks! Anyway.
Okay, let's go. Going to the Lost Shrine.
The Lost Shrine's up ahead, just past this cave.
As well as the Shadow Lord's castle.
Let us make haste.
So Kaine's Kabuki outfit, Jesus. Anyway, Amelia looks cute. Look at that adorable little fish outfit. It's adorable. Hanzo. What you want? Wait, dirty defective swine. I'm not like you. I'm different. So, yes, now that we know that shades are basically twisted versions of humans, we can kind of understand shades in more than one way. He sounds like the Taco Bell washroom. Oh. Poor thing. So yes, originally, the way these alternate outfits were designed, you could only pick it for the whole party. Like, basically, if you could only pick, like, okay, I want the whole party in their kabuki outfits. I want the whole party in their samurai outfits. But for this remaster, they ended up actually just kind of making them separate, which is kind of nice. Philosophicals. Exactly. Oh, it looks like he's floating on a puppet string. Well, I mean, may or may not make sense. And so, once again, we get to climb this tower again to do all the box puzzles. You again, stop bothering me. More vice has been taken away. Hansel is dead. There's no reason for me to exist anymore. Life is over. Just leave me alone. What?
Ain't you excited, sunshine? We finally get to bathe in blood.
Don't talk to me.
I want to kill so bad I can barely stand it.
So yeah, we also hear Kane's inner demons, literally. Being over-leveled for enemies in the base game and under-leveled for enemies in the DLC. Kinda don't want that. Let's swap out Dark Execution. Try Dark Roll. It could be useful. Alrighty, let's push some boxes. Good game. I've proven that I can do this before. Why are you making me do it again? Puzzles my weakness.
This is all too easy.
On level 11, no camera. I don't know what I hate more, Honkai or Sokoban. Oh no. That sounds awful. Like, at least these, we don't have to, like, have them end up in specific places. They just have to not block the exit. But still. Cat has now decided my files are her bed. Guess I'm not moving. Nope. You live there now. I'm sorry. Cat has decided for you.
What's with these guys?
Certainly not your garden variety shades.
Their bodies aren't fully functional.
Say, I've heard of this. A cursed area where incomplete shades gather.
Kane, you alright down there? yeah, we thought our party was 4 members, but now it's 5. Since we've got Tyrion with us. Tyrant, I guess. Probably makes more sense. Tyrant. Hopefully I'm already comfy so I can lay here a while. That's good at least. We take those. Also, thought we got some better words for stuff, but I guess not. Or at least not for the magic. There we go, 30% more experience. Let's go. I wasn't sure what you meant by a party of 4, but then I remembered the book is a person. Honestly, I did the same thing. I almost said we started as 3, but we're 4, but... Which is a shame, because I love Vice. It's just... it's easy to not count him. Did you have to move any of those last boxes? The door is an outwards opening door. Exactly. It drives me insane. Like, it makes no sense at all. It makes negative sense. That was anticlimactic. It's about as much sense as those boxes were blocking space. And like, you don't have to open both doors at the same time. You could just walk through one. I've treated you all poorly. I've blocked you, betrayed you, all because you went gestalt before the change was complete. After all this, I think I can understand you. I think we can speak as equals. Be very happy. We can spend the rest of our lives. What's that?
Kaine? Emil? Look, from now on, I'm going to sleep outside with you.
Why?
I can't accept that you aren't allowed in the village. It's stupid.
So you're staging a protest? Fun!
Don't waste your time.
But it just feels wrong.
Well, that's really nice of you, but you still don't have to stay out here with us.
Emil.
You got a super important mission. You can't sleep out in the rain. What if you catch a cold? Besides, I like camping with Kaine. Sometimes we sit around the fire and tell stories, or roast...
Emil, that's enough. I got a fucking image to maintain.
We seem to be surrounded by a mob of helpless puppies.
God, I love how he
Just
rolls
kick
his
him
R's
aside.
sometimes. was about to say Vice rolling his Aurus is divine. It really honestly is.
What's going on? There's dozens of them!
Just trying to keep the little ones from getting
Some
hurt.
creatures of the darkness. Lure them to the light. Pathetic to the end, I see.
Aim for that statue. It's the leader.
Oh, you're fun. I'm gonna start crying.
I don't think any of the main party speak Stone Golem. Well, kinda can understand Shade because of her relationship with Tyron or whatever. But yeah, no, NieR and Vice both can't. But we can, and that's what makes it kind of messed up. To some extent, it is dramatic irony, I guess.
Have you felled the beast?
This is one stubborn son of a bitch.
Damn it, damn it, damn it!
Hey there, sunshine. You ain't feeling bad for this week, are ya? Ain't no turning back now. You gotta lust for blood. Embrace the slaughter. All we know is the thrill of battle. Ain't that right, Kaine?
Not again.
Nice shoot. Try another.
You're kidding me. Thank you, Dick Shits. That's a lot of blood. Indeed. These are my friends. Well, these are mine. What about that, Proto? That's a lot of blood, too. Your lightning just struck somewhere very nearby. My ears are ringing and whole fucking shook. Ooh. That's always pretty wild.
Kaine! Are you alright? Kaine!
Exactly, Axis.
I fear there is little we can do
See,
for her.
this is why you use the spear, because if you had him use a sword,
No!
you know, he would just try
Kaine!
to stab with like a great sword, you know? Still here at least so I can continue to enjoy the suave voice of my favorite bird. Oh, who's that?
It's all over for you, sunshine.
Kaine! Kaine!
Padre, Protechi, pretty stellar. I don't know if you heard about them though. No, they're pretty cringe. So hey, Slayer, how are you doing today?
It's Kaine's shade!
We've no other choice. We must strike it down.
Kaine! Come back!
Tyron, you gonna say anything? Guess not.
Now, pin her down.
Kaine, please! Come back to
I'm
us!
making a spout meme. Oh.
Oh dear.
Kaine! Kaine!
Kaine!
I couldn't hold it back. I can't be with...
I think she's pretty good. Super smooth voice, really fun accent, and great humor. Also plays really neat games. Hey!
We're always going to be together, Kaine.
None
if
of
you
that's
transform
true.
again, we'll just stop it again. As many times as it takes. I don't care how tough it is. We're gonna get you back. I like sleeping outside because I'm with you, Kaine. I'm able to ignore my appearance and keep going because of you. I'm weak and I'm sad and I'm lonely, but you make me strong. You're my friend,
I still love
and I
Emil.
need you. So don't you dare leave me.
Fishy, maybe you should check out her Fishy sometime. You know, I keep trying, but, you know, I can't ever catch her streams. It's weird.
And... thanks. I'm alright.
You streaming at the same time I do? I mean, it's pretty cringe, honestly.
Over there.
Should follow and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a stream. Exactly.
And what is
Well, that's the problem. I keep doing that, but then, like, as soon as I go live, that's
It's got
when
some
she
kind of
starts.
writing
and,
on it, but
like,
I don't know what it says.
I keep thinking, oh, I'll end early so I can watch one of her streams, but then she stops too.
How remarkably useless of you. Well, let's go ask Popola.
Music makes me think, see, headquarters is going to get thrown at me any moment.
It's a cipher of some kind.
Can you determine its meaning?
I think this is the key to unlocking the Shadow Lord's castle. Here, take a look at this. I wrote down all the words I can understand.
Oh.
This fragment is called the Stone Guardian. Given that you found it in the Lost Shrine, the words must mean something. There are spaces here for 4 other fragments as well. Sacrifice, the Law of Robotics, the Memory Tree, Loyal Cerberus. The Law of Robotics probably refers to the Junk Heap, and the Memory Tree might be the Forest of Myth.
It might be.
But as for Sacrifice and Loyal Cerberus, I don't have a clue.
Not a problem.
Hmm?
If we want to fill in the words, we just run around the world killing every big monster we find, right?
These titles sound sufficiently near, yeah. Exactly.
Oh, splendid. By all means, let us undertake a murderous rampage.
They're just shades. Besides, it's the only way to
Yeah,
reach the
guys.
Shadow Lord.
They're just shades.
It's a dangerous task.
Yeah, well, Yona's in even more danger.
But how can you even be sure that she's...
Because she is! Right? The Junk Heap and the Forest of Myth, yeah? I'm on my way.
Please be careful. Oh, and listen. About Kaine and Emil. The villagers know how much they've sacrificed, and they're thankful. It's just... They're scared, you know? People can't change overnight. I'll hurry them along the best I can. But can you please give them a little more time?
I'll try.
Lightning also scared the kitty off me. Poor thing doesn't like loud noises and bright lights. Oh no! Now what next? You know what, let's just get the
Hopeless
Forest
said
of
we
Myth
might
out
be
of
able
the
to
way.
find something in the fort.
You will forgive me if I seem less than enthusiastic about such a trip.
Having said that, I'm not gonna read the whole thing aloud again. The story is exactly the same. That is one failing of these repeat playthroughs. The only important thing to note is the color of the eyes and the number of the soldiers. So with that, we can knock this out pretty quickly. Hidden her underneath my blanket, she seems to think that it's an indestructible fortress. Hell yeah. It's because it is, right? However, before we go all the way to the Forest of Myth, we're gonna take a little side trip over here to the area. I really desperately need eagle eggs if I want to upgrade the spear. I mean, I'm already kind of just tearing through enemies, but fully speedy bull. Indeed, it's pretty fast when you use the charge. You can also drift with it, which is fun. So I'm pretty certain there's only like one spot where you can potentially get an eagle egg. There's not a shiny there. Okay. Theoretically, I could save and load and kind of save scum for it, but I'm not going to bother with that. So for now, this trip was a bust, so we'll just continue on to the forest. Hydrate, posture tech. You got it, you got it. Just got a wrong number text. You know, this happens way more than I thought it would. Yeah, I've been getting a few of those too lately. It's actually kind of funny because, of course, I flew to visit Spout, you know, and he lives super far away from me. Gave the stream a love react moment. Oh, thank you. Blah blah blah. But yeah, it's really funny because like I stayed there for like 2 months, and then now here I am getting like scam calls from his area code.
Yeah.
Truly a nightmare I hope never to experience again.
It's really funny because I'll just be like, oh, this is an area code I don't recognize, and like if I look it up, it's usually from his state, and like for me that just shows, you know, like, yeah, no. Or like get scam calls or texts with wrong numbers.
Hello.
Man, I wish.
How are things?
Shove that in your analytics.
You want to know if anything unusual is happening?
I got something I'll shove in your analytics.
I have been feeling a rather strange presence
I'm
whenever
gonna tell
I
you
visit
you're
the
cute.
Divine Tree.
Well, it's the wrong number then for me.
The Divine Tree?
It's a legendary tree that exists in the heart of our village.
Did you investigate the cause of this presence?
Not really, no.
And why not?
Well,
You're the cute
we're
one.
not really supposed to go near the tree, except for prayer.
And why?
I don't know.
Yeah, same old, same old. They have the right number.
We are the grass, the trees, the woods.
Why do we seem to encounter nothing but odd people lately?
You should talk, Vice.
As if Grimoire Weiss is capable of spouting such nonsense.
Hang on. I don't think it's done.
Is the dark entity that governs all memories.
So, previously this kind of cut in and out. Now we can just hear the whole thing.
May the words form themselves to your liking.
Which is
Does that
kind of
mean
nice.
it'll tell us what we want to know? That'd be nice.
One person texted me telling me to get my moose out of their pool. I don't have any neighbors or a pool. Oh no! So yes, this story, exactly the same. Yeah, wait, no. Skipping the best part of the game. Access, it's literally the same story. We don't even get any bonus dialogue. Ah, she has brown eyes, alrighty. Brown-eyed girl, Van Morrissey. $33. Yeah, but it's my birthday, so you have to read it. I have bad news for you. Look, I already spent like an hour reading earlier. People leave. I'm sorry, Axis. I'm sorry.
What? I never realized shades were capable of rational thought.
I don't care if they can tap dance and play the fiddle. I just want to kill them without all this hassle.
Yeah,
With the
kill
tree
all the
defeated,
shades.
unless of...
I was like, oh, at least we don't have to deal with this again, unless time rewinds again. Let's go talk to Popo. It's about his spreading gross and achy love. Aww. I love when he spreads love. I have 2 cats and 3 dogs. My dogs are back in my hometown, but my cats are in the apartment with me. Aww. So, probably should have waited. Damn. Yeah, we take care of like 2 neighborhood cats, and then I have a budgie. And those are all my pets. Except for that treat. Thank you. Georgia the jungled it. Man, I haven't thought about that in years. Okay. What about this time? Will there be a sparkly there? Okay, so far so good. So you need like, I want to say you need like 6 eagle eggs. And so every time you want to do this, you have to go to the area, you have to see if that item is there. You have to climb up all this way.
I'm done believing in people.
Yeah, that's nice.
My wife's been acting kind of strange.
I think you can also technically get them from the DLC area, but it's kind of uncommon. And so we check this item. It's an iron ore. We didn't get it.
What should I do?
So now we have to leave the area and come back. That's such a fun game mechanic, this one thing. I'm tempted to just download Cheat Engine and give myself all the eagle eggs I need. Just told the wrong number, I should stop texting because I get charged extra if they're out of Canada. Damn, kids these days can't be social at all. pops off the spout meme. You got it. And I hit this loading screen. Oh god, Slayer. I love it already. Don't know what you're gonna use it for, but I love it. Dude, I'm just trying to not spend thousands getting to know someone I don't care about. Uh-huh. Oh, what clip that's from? Yes. Indeed, indeed.
Learned anything new about the Shadow Lord's key, Popola?
Well, look, Slayer, we've learned that coffee is basically just coffee soup.
That's right.
You're up.
I'm a.
What the
You love bean
I
soup.
won't finish.
Well, try.
Just the way he turned to the camera and blurted out, "What the fuck is this kills me?" Honestly, absolutely perfect. He could not have, like, scripted that any better. You lower Kelly's temperature. No, I'm afraid not.
NieR was it?
It is like 95 here. Honestly, the delivery was perfect. The other one I love is I think it was actually on Cream's channel, but when they were doing that labyrinthine game or whatever, and you just see him like walk up to the sign like no swimming,
setting up a mercantile.
or like I think it said no swimming, but he said no running. So he just walks into the water and
doubts.
gets eaten by an alligator.
Aren't you glad to be going back home, Kaine?
Home? The place is a shithole.
Ooh, the village. It's home to so many terrible widow memories, isn't it, Kaine?
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
Coming over and not bringing our Canadian snow. Ooh.
We do not desire.
We do not desire needless conflict.
If we can continue to live with humans,
then we can continue to live peacefully.
But that young man will come.
Yes, the young man will come.
He will kill us all. Women and children included.
What should we do? What can we do?
Alright, this is our last chance. It is going to be a multi-day project. I'm taking a break here. Yeah. Christ, that sounds pretty good. I hope you enjoy it. It's like... Alright, this is our last chance here, since Harry's about to get blown off. Okay, whatever. We'll get it next playthrough. Or hell, maybe I'll do it off stream sometime. I could have loaded my save since I'm having to head this way anyway, but you know. Yeah, you don't know who wrote the letter. So, go over to that platform. Two frogs have ruined my day. I know! They're terrible. They do like 1 billion damage. They block like crazy. Why are they an actual Dark Souls enemy? I don't know. It's terrifying.
Which is it, man? Oh, and if I may ask, Are you friends of Kaine?
You could say that.
Ah, I've heard the rumors. Here to hunt shades, are you? Indeed. Our aim is to defeat every last one.
Like, I can beat the slimes, no problem, easy peasy. I could do it with my eyes closed. The frogs? No. Like, I can maybe kill one per run, maybe two.
Every last one? Everyone?
Vice!
Beware, this man is a shade.
Damn it, it's a trap!
I figured as much.
You guys sure are taking your goddamn time.
Anymore. Honestly, same. But although it has been a long time since I've played it, so I'd probably
want some
screw
help?
up a lot.
A carnival of murder? I love it.
Kaine, the villagers are possessed!
But not all of them. Some are still human, so be careful.
It's been a super long time grinding to be able to do a hitless run of the whole game. Oh my gosh. It's honestly pretty impressive. Also, this is one of many problems with Kabuki Kaine's outfit.
No way! I'm not gonna abandon my own sister!
Kind of replaced her swords with
Kaine, what's going on?
Don't be fooled by this lady. She's a shade.
And this text adventure is wild, isn't it though?
No! No! You people are the monsters here!
Stay back, kid. Your sister is one of them now.
Yeah, I don't have the patience to do a hitless run for anything. Also, thank you for the follow, Aurora.
And I love her.
Hope you have a wonderful time here.
Kaine!
Stop it! Don't hurt my sister!
Oh, we were the real monsters.
What madness. These people are behaving
Challenge
as
runs
if
for that
we
matter.
are
I've
the
beat the game once,
villains.
maybe twice, and that's good enough for me. It kind of depends. There are certainly games that I can get really into, and I'll be willing to kill above and beyond for.
Kill them now!
But, yeah, for the most part, I'm
You've got to
kind of
stop
lazy.
this! We're trying to...
Villagers are under attack over there.
And it kind of depends, because like something like Ratchet and Clank, where it's kind of designed to be short and easily replayed over and over again, yeah, I'll do like
What could those
a dozen
black
playthroughs.
Oh God, help us! Help us, please! We are saved!
Yeah, when it comes to Souls games now, I've basically beaten each one like once. And I'm like, well, okay. Although I did play through Bloodborne a few times. Yeah, I got the Platinum Trophy for it and decided, nah, I think I'm done. Like, all those hours of Chalice dungeons just ruined it for me, honestly. Access requiring challenge, but I get level 6 weapons is a bit more. Yeah. Game reminds me of Final Fantasy. Yeah! It's, I mean, it's definitely kind of styled after it a little bit.
By my pages. Is this beast a shade as well?
It doesn't run a PS4, let alone PS5. I don't know why I'm like kidding, but no one will see it.
No! If we keep this up, we're gonna kill them all! We can't let that happen!
Yeah, Like, a couple years ago, I actually went through and got, like, platinums for all of the Ratchet and Clank games. Just to kind of give myself something to do.
I feel something from within the creature.
Is this the combined power of all those shades?
It will take more than a barrage of magic to stop us. The first to waver is the first to die. I sense magic coming from the center of that
when I played
eye.
was All for One with my brother on PS3. I didn't really like that one, but it was alright. Definitely one of the weaker ones.
Wait! I think those are actual people!
Hold nothing back. Those are shades. Such speed.
There were a few of them that I basically hadn't played before until I, you know, tried to get the trophies for them. I basically called frontal assault for
The surrounding tentacles appear to deflect magic.
All for One.
Now, focus your magic on the beast's center.
Honestly, I just love that series so much. The only Ratchet and Clank multiplayer I've ever done is Deadlock or Gladiator, whichever version you have, depending on your region, of course. I did play through once with my friends on like the hardest difficulty. Like from scratch. That was pretty fun. Used to play Skylanders all the time. I have 2 Skylanders games, I think. I never really beat them. I never actually got a figurine. Never got a figurine for each element or whatever. So I definitely missed out on a lot of stuff.
I'll try to pin it down!
Emil! Yeah, those are the ones I had, I believe, for the...
Emil!
I'll keep it busy! You should be
I
able to
definitely had
attack
giants, and I'm pretty certain I had swap floors.
Go around and get it! Please, hurry!
Emil can handle this. We must circle behind the creature at once.
The Ripper's been streaming the new Ratchet and Clank. So they'd be an expert on it. I never got into Skylanders. Honestly, me neither, but...
It is escaping to the inner level.
I was kind of tempted.
I'm coming! Gotta catch my breath.
Careful, Emil. It won't help anyone if we lose you here. God damn it!
The only expertise is the lot material list now.
How can it still move?
Included. Exact.
Its combined powers are beyond even my greatest suspicion.
Come on! Help me take it out!
I'm on it.
I mean, it's kind of cute if you're into robots, I guess. Rusty Pete and Captain Slag beatboxing album win. No!
Emil, wait!
I just can't think of Rusty Pete without thinking of Pirate Radio from Crack in Time.
Emil! He's gone. His instincts have taken hold. The ultimate weapon is being deployed.
Pirate Radio was a lot.
Ah, fuck. This ain't good, Sunshine.
haunted. It's magical. It's kind of like being haunted. The book was a person, but then his soul got like trapped in the book. So it's kind of like it's possessed, I guess. Nexus being 6 hours long was brave. Mm-hmm. The thing with Crack in Time, I love Crack in Time. However, I do not enjoy having to do the Clank puzzle sections every time. I just don't. You don't like playing 3D Braid? No, I don't. I barely liked playing 2D Braid. Uncontrollable magic. I have to protect the people I love. That was my only thought as I unleashed a magic powerful enough to destroy not only the Shade, but everyone else as well. All of them. So many innocent lives. Destroy, eviscerate, crush, kill. These are the dark impulses that override all other thoughts. As a being that was created to be a magical weapon, these are my instincts. Or maybe it's better to call them our instincts. What got me was that there was an option on the wheel to pay bullets to skip those puzzles. Uh-huh. Klaxon sounds from deep within the bowels of the laboratory. Thick metal shutters drop down, sealing off the room with a series of dull metal thuds. Abort the experiment. Number 6 is out of control. Everyone get out of here now. Get out of here. The researcher's words are abruptly cut off as a massive hand materializes out of the gloom and lifts him high into the air. Next adventure time. I remember this. I could have sworn this happened in, like, Route C, but oh well. The researcher begins to scream. He screams and screams, the sound echoing off the walls of the laboratory until the hand squeezes down, coating the room in a deep crimson hue. The rest of his colleagues stand in silence, mouths open, unable to process what they have just seen. Then a female scientist takes a step back and lets fly with a heartbreaking wail. This is a terrible mistake, for the sound of her cry suddenly brings forth a monster in all its terrible glory. Its body is a bloated corpse, its head a grinning skull. It is massive, many times the size of a human. The head lolls from side to side as it tromps about the room on all fours, bringing to mind the wild maneuverings of some wretched, starving beast. This creature, this thing, is experimental weapon number 6, also known as Halua. No! Oh, please stop! Oh God, save me! Save me! I don't want to die! One by one, the maddened cries of the researchers are silenced. Number 6 understands the petition, it pays them no heed, instead continuing its rampage of destruction and slaughter with a focus that borders on obsession. After an eternity, the screaming stops. Alarms fall silent. And only then does the creature make a sound, howling out with an unfathomable roar, echoes up and down the empty halls of the blood-soaked laboratory. It's a sound that curses those who dared bring such evil into the world, yet one that also seems to be pleading for help. Two sets of footsteps echo in an otherwise silent corridor in the first level of the laboratory. One set belongs to a young boy, his eyes blindfolded and his hands restrained. The other belongs to a severe man in a long white coat. I think I sent an email to the wrong person. Oh no! The man drags the boy along by means of a long chain attached to a set of shackles on his wrists. Rubble is scattered here and there across the floor of the corridor, making the journey an exceedingly difficult one for a boy who cannot see. Excuse me? Could you please walk a bit slower, sir? I'm not used to being blindfolded, and... Rather than stopping, the man only increases his pace, causing the boy to stumble in an attempt to keep up. This last humiliation proves too much, and the boy finds himself unable to arrest his fall. Without the ability to brace himself, he topples to the floor, smashing his head on a pile of debris and causing a trickle of blood to worm its way down his pale, frightened face. Agonized by the pain, the boy inadvertently opens his eyes, causing the falling drops of blood to emit a strange crackling sound, or transforming into tiny white rocks. Close your damn eyes, roars the man. Yes, sir, stammers the boy as he slams his lid shut. He hadn't realized the blindfold had slipped off during the fall, but now he keeps his eyes squeezed shut so tightly that sparkles appear against the black of his vision. The boy is Emil, also known as Number 7. Is a magical weapon whose eyes are capable of turning to stone anything that falls under their gaze. Don't look at me, barks the man. Never look at me. I'm sorry, sir. I'm looking at the ground now. So if you just hand me the Instead of waiting for him to finish, the man extends one foot and presses Emil's face to the floor with a heavy black boot. Sir, stop. You're hurting me. I told you to keep your eyes and your mouth shut, so do it. Man knows this boy. This weapon could wipe him out with a single glance, yet subduing him in this way gives him a sense of relief. After making certain the boy is sufficiently cowed, man leans down, retrieves the blindfold, and knots it tightly around the boy's quivering head. Right then. On your feet. Let's move. Who is this? Who is hurting Emil? I just want to talk. I don't know. But, who boy? Emil staggers to his feet, trying to ignore the red liquid oozing down his face. The blood doesn't matter. The pain doesn't matter. All that matters is finishing the job they had set out for him to do. The second level of the laboratory is even worse shaped than the first. The environs are littered with rubble and rock, making the thought of a decent foothold laughable. The man's eyes linger on a section of rubble stained a deep red, as a sudden image of warm, gooey brownies slathered in a strawberry sauce. What? His stomach lurches at the thought. When he attempts to avert his eyes, they land on the remains of a human being rendered into what can only be described as paste. Man blinks. His mind goes strangely blank before attempting to determine exactly how many humans had to be sacrificed to create the scattered piles of flesh around him. After a moment, his thoughts simply cease altogether, as if his mind realizes that trying to put such a thing into form is folly. You can go the rest of the way on your own, says the man in a voice much weaker than he wishes it to be. I mean, what does it matter? You're not even human, you're a monster. With this, the man spins around and dashes back down the hall. Helpless Emil simply listens as the footsteps of his erstwhile captor fade into the distance. Emil finds himself alone in a room with the stench of death and blood. For a moment, he considers opening his eyes, but the thought of the horrors that await him quickly squashes his plan. Instead, he stands still and listens intently. Eventually, a far-off sound reaches his ears. It's the howl I heard before. Emil resumes walking, using the sound of the distant voice to guide him, almost as if it was calling him home. By the time Emil reaches the third level, he is moving on memory as much as sound. His hands and face are covered in fresh wounds from numerous falls. But every time he thinks about giving up, his mind returns to his sister. We studied together. We ate cookies together. We cried together. We laughed together. And sometimes I was the only one who got yelled at. That's why I was never lonely. Our being together allowed me to stay strong. For Emil, his sister was all he had to live for, so holding that feeling close to his chest, he presses on, one slow step after the other. Finally, Emil finds himself drawing close to a certain experimental chamber in the deepest part of the laboratory. The howl is very close now, and as he touches the switch that controls the door, he thinks about his mission. Number 6 is the ultimate weapon. She is a sister. He must turn her to stone. The door slowly opens, revealing the massive interior of the experimentation chamber. After a few steps, Emil removes his blindfold and slowly opens his eyes. His sister lurks before him. She looks nothing like the girl he once knew. Instead, he sees a savage beast crawling on all fours through the shredded remains of researchers. As the thing that had been his sister stops and tilts its head in Emil's direction, he focuses his gaze on it. A series of soft, crunching sounds emerge from the creature as this magic does its terrible work. First the fingers, then the hands, arms, legs, head. What little color the beast once possessed fades to a dull, ashen gray, and yet somehow it summons what strength remains and pulls itself towards Emil, one slow, lumbering effort at a time. Wailing, the massive monstrosity closes in. Is she worried about me? Or is she coming to kill me? Emil feels prepared to accept either outcome. After all, this was his older sister, the person he loved more than anyone else in the world. Halua, the moment Emil speaks, number 6 comes to a sudden halt. Silence descends on the chamber as the siblings stare at each other. I'm sorry, Halua, but everyone says you're too powerful. They say it's too dangerous unless I seal you away. I'm so sorry. As Emil watches her body begin to turn to stone once more, number 6 simply waits in utter, perfect silence. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The moment number 6's petrification is complete, her memories flood into Emil's mind. The two of them huddling together in the cold, all alone in the world, with no one to protect them. All she wanted was to save her little brother. And yet, it was that little brother who, in a sense, saved her. Kardashian, you should be a voice actor. No! The moment the petrification is complete, Emil sinks to his knees. Frozen sister and a little brother racked with sin. Alone in this cold cage, the two of them weep in a single silent voice. You're great at voicing characters. I don't feel like I do that good a job. It was our combined power that destroyed the Aerie. Whole existences, entire lives, even their memories. We took it all. We took everything. A sweet, gentle sister turned into a monster. The same thing will happen to me now that I have her power. My instincts as a weapon went out and destroyed me in the process. That power ends up hurting someone I love. Oh, baby Emil.
What have I done? I killed innocent people. I killed them all.
But you saved us. If it wasn't for you, we'd all be dead.
Emil definitely has self-confidence issues.
But
It's all right.
I can't say I blame him. Honestly, this entire squad's kind of fucked up in just about every way.
Really? Don't look back.
Just make like some boomer parents and tell them to stop crying. Ugh. You see, my boomer parents told me, you know, just go to your room and cry about it. Stop being sad, exactly. Mine basically told me, you can be sad, just go to your room. We don't want to deal with it. I think Vias could be would be a boomer parent in this relationship. Yeah.
Popola said we might be able to find a key fragment in the junk heap.
Perhaps we can find a clue at Two Brothers' weaponry.
Two brothers. Oh yeah. That sucks, Proto. With me, I was basically, you know, I was the fourth child. I was the youngest. But also there was like a 7-year gap between me and my next oldest brother. So I simultaneously lived as like an only child and as like the youngest at the same time. It was definitely kind of weird. But at the same time, mine, you know, are just very, very set in their ways. Very much a case of like, oh, this worked for, you know, one of your siblings, but clearly it'll work for you. Fine, I made it no secret I'm not their kid anymore, so I won't be like that at all. Well, at the very least, you're among friends here.
Damn! Where'd they go? Get him! Don't let him escape! I see something over there!
Mom can't have kids just like me, so they adopted instead. So I'm taller than my whole family by a large margin. Yeah, that's valid.
Here! They're in here!
Mom's under 5 feet and Dad's 5'5", so it's not hard to tell I'm adopted. Yeah, aren't you like over 6 feet? Also, oh no. 6 feet 8 inches. Yeah, that's what I thought. Quite a bit of difference there. Mom, why? Who's there?
Who are you?
Khalil, what's your name?
Military defense robot, P-33. You are an intruder. You must be eliminated. Error. There is something leaking from your eyes.
I'm crying, you big dumb robot. I miss my mom.
What is crying? Who is Mom?
Haha, his name is Pete. Damn, got him. I'm 2 years old. I don't even care. Doesn't matter. I can't see her ever again. She's dead.
My creator is also dead. He perished hundreds of years ago.
Hundreds of years ago? Really?
874 years.
Oh my god.
10 months, 14 days, 4 hours, and 43 minutes. 44 minutes.
That's cute. Aren't you lonely?
I am incapable of being lonely, or missing others, or crying.
I'm crying because I don't want to die.
You will die.
Humans catch me, they're gonna kill me.
Why will they kill you? I will not permit the humans to kill Khalil. Military defense robot P-33 will protect you.
Can you help me?
P-33 is charged with defending others. P-33 will defend Khalil.
Oh, hooray! Thanks, robot. And since we're friends now, I'm gonna call you BB. I love BB. Sometimes I wonder what my real parents were like, but I find it easier to just believe they were bad people.
There's gotta be tons of machinery here.
Yeah, but I don't know how much we can actually use.
Believe that.
Oh, wow. Check this out. It looks brand new.
Hey, be careful, all right? This place is dangerous.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Oh no! Huh? Look out! Huh? 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 Jacob! Oh God, this can't be happening! Jacob! Jacob!
Yeah, you're quite right.
No!
I might not want to pull on that arm, kid. Hey, baby. Wow, that was scary.
The noise of the intruders caused the structure to fail. They should have proceeded with more caution. One intruder has perished.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't think they were chasing me. They seem nice. How sad. We're gonna have to kill them, and they weren't even involved in the
Junkie.
brother's
Perhaps
death.
we should speak to the brothers. They might know something about this.
Oh, hey there. It's been a while.
You're the little one, aren't you? You've grown up.
How fares your brother?
My brother's been dead for 4 years.
What a cute verb. Hey! Also, welcome on in, David. How are you doing?
Oh, I see. Please forgive the question.
It's okay.
I need to ask you something.
What is it?
You heard any rumors about shades around here? Not the little ones. I'm looking for one that's unusually big and powerful.
No, I haven't heard about anything like that. But I haven't really been listening.
And I'm doing nicely? Heck
All
yeah.
I want is to destroy robots. Just rip them up.
Okay. Never mind then. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Wait!
Yes?
I recently got my hands on a weapon. A very powerful weapon. I thought you might get some use out of it.
Obtain the sword.
Don't we already have this weapon?
What? Yeah, I love that detail.
These things happen the second time around.
Vice, what?
This sword has seen better days.
Yeah, it's pretty beat up. I mean, there's potential, but it's fairly powerless right now.
Can you repair it?
I can repair anything with the proper materials.
If you'll fix it, I'll get the parts.
I'm so glad I decided not to throw this out. I'm gonna need some memory alloy. Only the real big enemies on the second basement level have them, so watch yourself. Also, here's the passcode to get down there. Use it on the elevator.
You got it.
I'm gonna only the...
You got it.
By the... What can I help?
See. Okay. Gold Orb John Egg. We can do that. Because that needs the eagle egg. I mean, we're not going to use basically anything else, but you know.
Come.
A return with rice. Nice! We just got a sword for the second time, and the characters acknowledged that this is the second time around. You already possessed the memory alloy.
It's a shame about the older lad. He was but a child.
Sounds like you went into a dangerous area for the sake of the business.
Okay, ready? What's a ship?
A large seagoing vessel that carries freight and passengers over bodies of water.
I mixed 2 boxes of Rosseroni, 1 chicken and garlic, and 1 creamy 4 cheese. Oh my gosh. That sounds pretty heckin' good, Slayer. Where's ours? Yay! You're so great, baby. You've learned so much.
You have taught me much, Khalil. You have helped to expand my vocabulary. You have instructed me in the ways of the outside world.
Well, there's tons of stuff I don't know either. Maybe we should leave here and go explore the world.
Because we are friends.
That's right. Yay! It's gonna be fun. When it was done, I sprinkled a little bit of thinly shredded mixed cheese as well as a tiny bit of chili pepper garnish. Oh my gosh, Slayer. You can't just tell us this and not give us some. My roomie complimented it. I think it tastes fucking good. I'm happy with myself. Nice!
That's some pretty impressive stuff you found.
Yeah, and all we had to do was just walk through the front door.
I'll start upgrading your weapon right away. And since you did me a favor, I won't even charge you for it. Well, actually...
We still got half the pot left. I can
This
give you a
is
plate.
gonna take a little more time than I thought. No sense in you waiting around. I'll send you a letter once it's ready.
That would be great.
This appears with...
Maybe Popola's better.
Yeah, time to go talk to Popola and do this stuff at Seafront again. Most complex thing I've ever cooked was scrambled eggs. Half of them were overcooked and the other half undercooked. I feel that. I can cook anything that gives me a recipe. Otherwise, congratulations. Oh, thank you, David. Bless you. There we go. Maybe I need to play that for my 200 followers special. Thank you for the lizard dance, Ripper. Saying, give me a recipe, it'll be done great until I cook something on my own and I'm screwed. Exactly. Does every creature have their own dance in Tobal 2? I mean, they have their own victory thing, but I don't think they all have dances. But I'm not really sure.
Hey, Popola.
Ah, you're back.
Have you learned anything more about the Shadow Lord's key?
I'm sorry, but it's going to take me some time yet.
I used to not know the slightest clue about how to cook, but working as a cook kind of teaches you fast. Yeah, I'd imagine.
I see. Well, can I take something off your plate in the meantime?
Oh.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
can I...
ferryman, red bag, you got it. So this is probably the most interesting part of the Bee playthrough. You know what? I
This
feel like
feels
going long
alarmingly
tonight,
familiar.
so whatever. We'll just,
I'm sure that couple is merely having another
Just
one of
keep
their
on going.
inane spats.
Man, I'm bushed.
Whoever said women can't wear men's underwear was just mad their undies were uncomfortable, because this is awesome. Sounds about right. There's There's nothing like a nice pair of boxers.
Yeesh. I don't think I've ever seen fog this thick before. Huh? What's that?
Don't even use what boxers, I use Y-fronts. Understandable.
Oh God, it's... Oh, hey!
See,
I had a... But it, I was...
Husband ran away.
And here we go again.
Off to the tavern.
Shall we begin by asking around at the tavern like before?
Hey there. Yeah.
And I think...
Thanks for...
So we gotta go back to town.
Hard to believe a ship of this size managed to run aground.
I don't know what practical use the front opening could serve, but I don't really care because it's comfy. It kind of helps when things, enlarge. Basically, the opening just kind of helps it expand, but without getting tight, I suppose, is the best way to put it. I don't know. But also, I mean...
What was that?
You can use it to piss out, you know. Expand. Yeah, I'm trying to,
Hey, is someone there? Okay, I definitely heard someone cough just now.
I'm trying to stay classy. Exactly!
Maybe it's one of those kids from town? But where are they? There you are. What are you doing here, kid? And who are you, anyway?
But yeah, that's definitely a question that most people, well, I don't know if I'd say most people, but a lot of people kind of question at some point in their life.
Were you a passenger on this ship, maybe?
I don't mind vulgar, it's my preferred communication method. I mean, honestly same,
Hey,
but
it's
you know.
okay. You don't need to be scared.
Yeah, that's how the postman met the little girl, I
To
guess.
think that couple's petty squabbles have become something of an attraction for the locals.
Doesn't surprise me in the least. Seeing people like that puts a little spring in your step,
Platforms,
you
you
know?
don't know who's watching.
You humans truly are a maddening bunch.
It's weird,
Such
like...
buffoonery does little more than wear this old tome out.
I do say, you know, this is an 18+ stream and everything. I don't know. I'm kind of too lazy to deal with all of that stuff.
Hey there. How you feeling? Well, your cough seems better at least.
I'm lazy there. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Check it out. I brought you some bread today. Oh, easy there. Jeez, you must have been starving. Well, look, no one's gonna take this from you, so just take it easy so you don't choke on it, okay?
It's an 18+ stream, so I know it's fine. I just don't want to say redacted. Exactly. For me, it takes more effort to be classy rather than just being more natural to be myself. Honestly, same. And I mean, I'm off stream. I'm definitely a lot more not classy. But you know.
So, what were you doing on this boat, kid? Actually, scratch that. First things first. I can't just keep calling you kid. You got a name? Well, this is going nowhere fast. Let's see. Louise. Yeah, what about Louise? I mean, it just sort of popped into my head, but what do you think? Guess you're okay with it. Well, it's nice to meet you, Louise.
We searched the southern plains back when the wife ran off too, right?
I believe we did, yes.
Lots changed since then. So it's kind of nice when we find something that hasn't. The fact that couple is still arguing almost fills me with, I don't know, hope, I guess.
If you ask me, that particular couple could benefit from a little change.
For sure.
Oh, hey, you're...
Yeah.
Oh, I just...
Go back to the postman and talk to him. This part of the quest sucks, but...
I cannot believe how many trips we have made simply to track down a single man.
At least we have the board.
It's alright to do this kind of thing every now and then.
I only pray this is not the calm before some manner of storm. Say there, lad, have you ever penned a missive?
You mean a letter? No. I'm not big on writing. It always takes me forever to
The mailbox
figure out what
was
I wanna
empty
say.
today. Well, yeah, NieR's talking about how he hates writing letters.
Hey there, Louise. Say, where'd you get that red bag?
I killed a ferryman.
Found it on the ship, did you? You kids are so darn curious about everything. Anywho, it's good to see you. Afraid I don't have any bread today, but I did bring you something. Here, it's a ribbon. Let me tie it in your hair for you. Well, what do you think? Pretty nice, huh? Huh, what's that on the floor? Oh, it's a mirror. Well, that's a stroke of luck. Let's go ahead and check out your new look. If you go over there where it's brighter, you'll be able to see yourself more clearly. What's wrong? Don't you want to see? Oh, I see. You don't like sunlight. Guess your eyes are pretty sensitive after spending all this time in the dark, huh?
I love NieR. Honestly, same here. Also, hey, Moki. Grabs you by your fucking neck. Why didn't you tell me you were playing this? I thought you knew, Moki. I thought you knew. Yeah, I've been playing like the entire Dragon Guard series. Well, except 2. I didn't finish 2. And yeah, we got ending A last night, and so we're just working on ending B today.
Well, it's not like we can have you stay here forever.
Okay, but 2 doesn't count. Exactly.
We should work on getting you out of here, so
like I
you
give
and
it a
me can
shot.
go look at the sea together. How's that sound?
And I played like 2 chapters of 2. Exactly. Love that song. It's so good. It definitely didn't take me like 3 hours to be on stream. Actually, probably closer to 2, but still.
Hey, Postman. Oh, sorry. You're not him.
I'm sure as hell not. I just swung by to pick up a letter and wound up running the damn place. Anyway,
You here for a package or something?
No. There's this couple who's always fighting.
I love
and
NieR
the husband
too.
took off.
I cannot blame
So
you.
I'm trying to track him down. Ring any bells?
Sorry, pal.
Game only
You're
counts if you
asking
can
the
reach
wrong
the
guy.
game.
Still, that's pretty weird. My buddy's daughter took off too. Maybe running away is the cool thing to do now.
Honestly, I've 100% of this game like
exceedingly unlikely this pair
3
of
times.
runaways is mere coincidence.
Well, technically I've only done Replicant
Any idea where
once,
she might have
but
went?
God, I love
That
this
is the question,
series. I
isn't
love
it?
this game. I love
Actually,
characters.
you know what?
I love the writing. I love the music.
Not
I
often
love
something like that comes
everything.
around.
I like bought it on a whim back in the day because I'd heard about how, oh, it's totally not fun.
Hey, Louise. I brought your food for today.
But after that, I tried it and I was like, oh my god, yes, please. This is the first time I've ever actually watched any NieR content. Understandable.
What's wrong? Aren't you hungry?
Help transcribe the lyrics to fan websites. Oh, that's super cool, actually.
Huh. You haven't been eating much lately. Are you okay? Well then, let's try this.
And they were all wrong. Oh no. At least the official lyrics on Spotify. Really? I was very close on most of them.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's called a song.
Honestly impressive.
Humming a jaunty tune is the best thing for putting a spring in your step. Songs are like a little bit of wisdom that makes the tough times easier. I love them personally. I mean, not that I'm any good at singing.
Oh, beautiful.
Whoa, your voice is a bit rough there. But you're actually pretty good. You know, I knew someone who lived in the town lighthouse before she died. She used to hum this same song a lot. I heard it every time I stopped by to deliver something, and I guess it just kind of stuck.
Songs are smashing your face into the keyboard and then on the instrument.
Of course, that
Yeah,
was
well,
quite a while ago.
tomato, tomato.
Hey, are you trying to cheer me up? You are a kind soul, Louise.
Yeah, truly a kind soul. A single bad bone in her body.
I'm sensing some really weird magic going on here, Sunshine. You feeling it too?
Time for my daily sploding. See ya, Moki. It was nice seeing you stop by.
Yeah. Is it a shade?
Are you actually trying to think something through rather than just jumping in and killing?
I feel like Louise is the bad guy. I mean, we did see her turn into, you know, that giant monster the first time around. Surely
What's
that
wrong,
won't happen
Kaine?
twice.
Nothing. It's just... I'm sensing a presence from seafront. Something like a shade.
A shade in the town? That's not good.
A shipwreck, is it? I suppose we might as well investigate, seeing as how we lack any other tenable leads.
Right. Let's head for the inlet. Kaine. Emil. What's going on? I haven't seen you two come into Seafront in, well, ever, I guess.
The fact that they're called shade brings me back to my edgy 13-year-old OC
Sorry for the
creation
surprise.
days. Valid.
Kaine said she sensed something strange in the area.
Strange how?
Maybe?
It's like
There's some kind of...
shadows
What
too
an
cliche,
incredibly-
but shade.
Nothing.
We're gonna need to figure out some way to get inside that thing.
This ship is in a state of wanton decay. Should we...
Yeah. Onward, minward.
So, were you able to write that letter? You know, now that I've taught you how. Not yet, huh? Well, there's certainly no reason to rush. You know, it makes me happy that you've taken such a shine to me. First time we met, I didn't have the foggiest idea what was going on in that head of yours. So, hey, I've been thinking. How about you come live with me? It might be kind of nice to have a daughter around.
Aww.
Not into it, huh? Guess I should have figured. I'm sad to hear it, but it's your choice, of course.
Can't wait for some fun times as we come across rare pirate treasures in this old boat. Yeah, exactly. What else could happen?
Oh, the floor's wet. Wait, is this blood? Oh dear. Are you...
Oh, come on, don't tell me you ain't picked up on it yet. You of all people gotta know what this smell means.
This ship is in poor condition indeed. Do try not to thrash about and bring...
Yeah,
whatever.
Like, as the resident not NieR player, I'm about to be fooled.
You sure you're alright, Kaine?
You really shouldn't push yourself. Hey, I've got an idea.
Shit, sounds good.
The meal is on...
This place is pretty gloomy. I'm having a hard time imagining any townsfolk hanging around here.
Well, as we've no other leads, let the search begin. Outside.
Dark. Now we have the lantern. This is all the same.
Wait, I did it. Perhaps she is the right.
It's not comfy with 3 blankets on top of me in an air-conditioned room. Oh my gosh, that sounds pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Weird.
It's like we just saw a ghost.
What is with this ship anyway?
There may be clues somewhere that tell of how it ran aground.
It looks really dark up ahead.
Yeah, you just turned off your lantern. Bad.
An apple? Let's...
Yeah, it's an apple from the post game, or from the back game. Up we go.
This should wait.
Shower. Hope the rest of the stream goes well and take care. Well, thank you, Lazy. It's nice seeing you stop in. Stinky. No. Stinky. I took a shower this morning. Actually. Can we pull this? Yeah.
Did you see that? Hang on.
There's that. A hidden room. How delightful.
That is one good thing about this game. Once you're on a repeat playthrough, you kind of know what you can skip.
There don't seem to be any shades around, at least.
Fortunate for us. Now let no more time be wasted in our search for the townsfolk.
Wait.
so now we know she's practicing her singing.
Daddy, do I feel this?
Whatever that sound was. Which
This little lantern has brought us quite far, hasn't it?
Yeah. And the light it gives off makes me feel, I don't know, safe somehow.
Well,
honestly, the worst part is,
looks like somebody's... It says the ship was...
Killed the postman. Honestly, the worst part about showering at night is... Honestly, I really just kind of hate taking showers just because... long hair.
Think help once.
Admittedly, I don't wash my hair every day, but you know.
Perhaps.
Another apple.
Just
like. Vice?
Speak to me, lad. Are you...
I can't see a thing down here.
I suspect we may have fallen into the ship's hold.
The lantern got away from me during the fall.
Is that...
Vice, that...
About time.
Yay, we found the lantern.
Oh dear.
Prepare to wash my time.
Look at the bodies.
Honestly,
they are
same.
all people from town.
Mine is like halfway down my back at this point.
The missing ferryman.
Oh no. This can't be real.
Yeah, the missing townsfolk and the ferryman who, you know, we haven't heard from in like a week.
Why? Why did everyone have to... God damn it.
Pull yourself together, lad. Remember the presents...
I won't...
I guess I missed the room, but there is one room where you can, like, examine a note, and he's like, wow, look at all these scribbles. And it's this little girl just practicing to write. It happened like this. Did he leave because of his body? I just want to be able to talk with him. I don't want him to be afraid of me. I don't want him to hate me. I want to maintain a human form. I want to look at the sun with my own eyes. I want to sing beautiful songs. And just eat more people. Maybe then I can become a human. Please, I don't think that's how that works.
Hey there, you two.
Hey.
Did we, but...
Yeah, sorry.
A little, yeah.
Good.
Jeez.
Tell me, Kai.
It's on the floor.
I fear.
Alrighty. Maybe it's this room.
There's a bunch of crumpled up paper here. Letters, maybe?
They all seem to have the same words written upon them, but the penmanship is so poor I cannot make heads nor tails of it.
8 and 4 inches of hair. Oof.
Oh man, that smell is getting ripe. How you feeling there, sunshine?
Not great. Can't you tell?
Can't believe Vice is making fun of this little girl for having poor penmanship.
This would be the final room, yes? The culprit who murdered the townspeople may be behind this very door.
Alrighty. Need to wash it every 2 days, maybe 3 max. Nice. Yeah, brushing, oh my gosh. Even mine is kind of a pain to brush.
It's that girl we saw when we first entered the ship.
Old lad. This is a lone child sitting inside a hulking ship littered with corpses. Something is clearly amiss.
There.
Oh man, this shade is nuts. I think I'm in love. You can feel her power hanging in the air, and she ain't even trying yet. Things are finally heating up. Huh?
Could this girl be the presence you sensed, Kaine?
It's the postman.
Oh, hey, it's you. Been a while.
Wait, you're the postman. What are you doing here?
Looks the lovely crow. Oh, thank you, Nacho. Heck.
Oh, I've been coming here a lot lately. I think this girl was on the ship when it drifted in. I've been keeping an eye on her until she's well enough to leave. Hey, so this is kind of awkward, but the girl is, you know, bleeding? I brought a bunch of bandages with me, but, well, how exactly does one deal with a woman's time of the month?
Postman, that's not her blood.
Sorry. Clearly crossed the line there. Forget I said anything.
Stay the hell away from her! She isn't... We'll figure something out. You just find a way to get the hell out of here.
The two of them will be fine, but you and I must withdraw.
This game does a good job of making you feel bad for the enemies. Honestly, yeah,
Let's go.
That's one thing I loved about it, because like the first time you play through it, they do play it perfectly straight. Like you are
Looks like we can get out through that hole up there.
the hero trying to save your sister or daughter or whatever. And then it's like, oh, hey, there's more of the story. And then, it gives you these backstories for the enemies.
Glad you two made it out in one piece.
Yeah, we're good. But that poor postman is still trapped inside.
We'd better go help him out.
No shade would dare pursue us into sunlight such as this. We should use the opportunity to ready ourselves. What on earth?
Oh yeah, Tokyo Ghoul.
Why isn't this shade being hurt by the sun?
That is not precisely the case. It most certainly is being burned by the sunlight. However, its regenerative abilities far outpace whatever damage the light is able to inflict. This light, something is coming. Get out of the way at once.
I'm guessing this means you weren't here
listen,
for,
it's singing! This thing actually thinks it's a person!
Tauren. See, I'm guessing you weren't here for the first part, where we did this fight for the first time. But yeah, this is a fight that's entirely new for this version of the game.
I don't know where the singing lessons came from, but I do know it's sure as hell trying to eat us!
Like, the original release of this game did not include any of this stuff with Postman and Elise and
Don't stop now.
in the boat.
Focus on the next one.
This is all brand new content, or it was when it, got released. Speak the same language.
You're doing it for him? How sad. How precious!
Darn, you're an asshole.
Now is our chance. Attack with all that you have.
main party are assholes. They're killing a kid. No, they're killing a shade. Totally different. It just happens to look like a kid.
Did we get it?
They're mindless beings. Jade is just a kid who wanted to get along. Yeah, but they can't understand that. That's the real tragedy of it all. Decided I hate this game because it makes me sad. Honestly, understand.
Ordinary attacks aren't gonna do shit against this thing.
Hey, the guy from before's collapsed on the beach. That shade's got some kind of hard-on for it. We should take him hostage.
Shut your yap. I'm not in the business of using my blades on people.
Is this thing turning its body into spears and shooting them at us?
A song.
I guess we'll all just sit around a campfire and sing songs until we get murdered.
God damn it!
Just another banger in a game full of them. If you could not target the main body, that would be great.
Spears flying our way is increasing. Yeah.
Each NieR game has some absurd NieR game plus. First one where you have to complete your save data to progress. Yeah, at the end of ending D of this game.
Hey, over here! This guy's important to you.
However, Replicant adds a 5th ending where you can get it back. Of course, NieR Automata famously has ending E. You basically can delete your save data as well.
Here and now.
Honestly, that was one of the first things I heard about this game. It made me want to get into it because I was like, what kind of RPG has you play like 70 hours and then makes you wipe your save data? Like, what could possibly make that worth it?
Son of a... Is this thing immortal? How can it withstand such an onslaught?
I'm really scared, guys.
We will be in grave danger if it unleashes that attack. We must stop it.
Oh no. Honestly, I like games better when they make me sad. Honestly sad. Honestly, that's why I like Final Fantasy XIV. It did have moments that made me genuinely sad.
I think we're in trouble.
She's charging up to do it again.
Already.
My body won't... Damn it! Fuck!
Stop! No!
I'm doing this for you. Let's help with them human and then we'll be able to...
What are you doing? You're gonna get yourself killed!
Poor girl.
Stop! Don't hurt
revealed
these
who she
people!
really is, and now the one person she loved and trusted.
So you've been lying to me this whole time? You're a monster!
It stopped. Focus on the source of its magic. Aim for the head.
I want to be human almost. Let's be together.
We can never be together! You disgust me!
Hey, Sindre. You're doing pretty good. How about you? Ended up with such a hideous body, and yet this world. So imagine doing that final attack with the magic in your head. God, I wish. Doing well, thanks for asking. Nice. Happy to hear it. I'm this close to bawling my eyes out. Oh, Proto.
Thanks. You really saved our bacon.
You've all done so much for me. Offering a little refuge is the least I can do.
She didn't ask to be born a shade. Exactly. Like, heck, man.
I don't have the words to express how sorry I am. We all knew townspeople were out there being eaten by a shade. But I never imagined I was taking care of it this entire time.
The fault lies with that foul creature alone, Postman. Not yourself.
I hope I can believe that someday.
All right, well, we'd better get going. There's someone else we need to break this news to.
Fair enough. I hope to see you out there on the old letter trail again soon.
And then we get to break the news to this lady again that, her husband's dead.
No, thank
It saddens this old tone to think we'll never hear those two at each other's throats again. Do not let it burden you so, lad.
So yes, on that kind of depressing note, I believe this is as good a time as any to call it for the night. I couldn't imagine if I got news of my boyfriend being dead one day out of nowhere. I know, right? Like, it's basically like, yeah, he went missing for like a week, and last I heard he went back home. And so then you find out, oops, no, he's actually dead. God. And it's like, we could lie to her, but I don't know. Is that really much better? Having her just live life not knowing what happened? Let's see, who shall we raid? Who? you know what? That one made me sob. Oh. I could see that. Only been here for a few seconds, but thanks for the stream. Yeah, unfortunate timing on your part. But I appreciated you being here, nonetheless. Okay, so, you know, we just got done with a game that had some pretty good and dark writing. Let's go to one with some pretty good writing, but maybe a bit more humorous, maybe. We'll go say hi to Lag. It was super sweet, and, you know, pretty cool person. Looks like they're playing the Stanley Parable, which is always a fun game. Thank you all for being here, and, you know, it's really fun just, you know, going through a game I love and showing it to people who haven't seen it before, or has, and, you know, loves it, you know? Kind of like Moki. Yeah. You have a wonderful rest of the night, and I'll see you all around.